no question as to who is the best player on the team. We have the MVP from 2 years ago, the guy who probably would have been the MVP had he not gotten hurt last year. But you can make the argument he should have been the MVP the last 3 years if he just stayed healthy. But we're not going to go there. However, there's kind of a debate going on here as to who is going to be taking the last shot for this team. You got Tyrese Maxey, who's becoming the up-and-comer, the guy who saved our butts when we probably should have lost pretty early on in that New York Knicks series. But this guy, Maxey, saved our butts big time. And then Paul George, obviously, we know he's been the bucket getter over the last, dating back to Indiana, OKC. He was the bucket getter there. And then when you go to the Clippers, although that was kind of a debate between Kawhi and him. But last few years, it's definitely been Paul George, with Kawhi being on the IR every other week, on the injury report every other week. But Teja, we're talking about this last shot. Where are you going with this? Are you going like a game-by-game basis kind of feel to this whole thing? Or are you saying it's Embiid until Embiid dictates otherwise? I'm passing it out to Paul George. I'm passing it out to Maxey. Where do you stand on this whole who's taking the last shot in Philadelphia? Are you more of a fluid kind of guy?
It's totally open for me. And I think Paul George talked about this because Holmgren was trying to start trouble, instigate. And I think he had the right answer, and what he said is true too. He came from a place with another star on it that he did have to defer to a lot. I have never heard it was a problem there with him and Kawhi. I think if you didn't have a problem with Kawhi taking it, you're certainly not going to have a problem with Joel taking it. I think it works out in their favor though, because they can play the matchups. They can play who's hot that night. I mean, if Maxey's killing who's guarding him, and they're like, we have an opportunity to just annihilate our matchup here, Maxey gets it, right? Or if it's not even Maxey killing it, or if it's just kind of one of those nights where Joel just doesn't seem as in tune or engaged, which it does happen. I mean, it happened in the playoffs where he just like, especially by game's end, he looked a little tired, I could see one of those other guys taking it. George can always take it. He's got that in him, right? But he's also like, he's not a demanding guy. He's kind of passive. So I don't think that'll be an issue for him since he's already experienced it. This isn't him coming to us and deferring for the first time. He's done it. He's been that guy. He's played with other stars. Embiid, I just don't see, unless it starts to get away from him on a consistent basis, I don't think he's going to have a problem with it either. And then Maxey is just, out there to have fun, right? I mean, I think he knows he can kill it whenever you ask him and he's ready, but I don't think he's in no place to demand it at this point. Pretty fortunate situation. You have a guy at every single level. You have the guard, lead guard, you have a wing, and you have a big man who all are capable of taking the last shot, who all are capable of dominating their one-on-one competition. Not many teams can say that for their team. So it's a unique situation. I don't think it needs to be established. And I think Paul George's answer was whatever Nick Nurse says. So, and I think when you lobby for this team to get together the way that Embiid has, and he's been asking for this for years, well, you got it. And what comes with that is this, a fluidity to who takes those shots. And, to be fair, Embiid with Harden, that will help this mentality a lot because Harden did take final shots. Butler took final shots. The get down and stare at that was a final shot against Charlotte. So he's used to it. So he's done it with Butler, never complained. And then he did it with Harden, didn't complain. So I don't think adding George in substitution of those two guys at the end of the game is going to cause any problems. I don't think we have that kind of situation because luckily George and Embiid have played with other guys that have taken those shots.
I love it's funny that just kind of the discourse and these type of topics where it's like who's taking the last shot. I mean, Denver, we had the MVP who's won it a million times over there. I mean, he doesn't take the last shot in every game, and he doesn't have a caliber player like Paul George or even Tyrese Maxey on his team. Yeah, Jamal Murray's solid. Jamal Moore is more of like a Tyrese Maxey kind of guy. He's not even a Paul George, as far as level of player or caliber of player.
No.
But yet, Jamal Murray takes the final shots in some of the games over there. It's a fluidity thing. There shouldn't be an all or nothing kind of deal. And that's when you have a team like this and a team that, like you said, Embiid kind of has been pushing for this. Embiid literally went to NBA Countdown to get this guy on his team to have conversations where it's like, it's not all on me. And it shouldn't be all on you. It's a kind of shared thing. And we also have the third guy. It's a 33% kind of thing. I think it's split three ways. Whoever's cooking that night, whoever's got the best matchup, whoever the best advantages, that's where it comes. I don't think it's an all or nothing. It's Embiid's taking the last shots, his team. It's like, no, because I just don't think that is the way anymore. And I don't think that is the way on a team when you have 3 stars on it.
And our team's going to, let's say Embiid gets the ball to block. Are they going to double him? Is George's guy going to lead him to go double Embiid with 5 seconds left on the clock? I mean, we have 3 options now that are double worthy, that all eyes are on them or can be justifiably on them on defense. So good luck. It's going to be fun to see and just play with it early. They're just going to have a fun time.
Yeah, definitely the right coach to have this. And I wouldn't even call this a problem. This is a good thing. This is a good thing to have this kind of issue. So yeah, there's bad problems and there's great problems, and this is one of those. And I can't wait.
It's a fortunate problem to have.
Yeah. This is a first world problem, as people say.
Yeah. Too many options.
Yeah. And also too, it's too many options. Quite frankly, if Embiid's getting doubled and Caleb Martin's wide open, fucking dish it to Caleb Martin, to be honest with you.
I mean, even how many last shots has Eric Gordon taken with Harden on his team?
Yeah.
I never heard that was a problem in Houston, taking shots. No, come on. I mean, they know he can hit it. It's about winning at this point.
Yeah, this is I think when you have Paul George coming to Philadelphia, when you have Embiid wanting him to come to Philadelphia, when you have Maxey knowing that pretty much since he's come in the league, he's been a third option besides last year, it's 3 guys who understand that it's basketball and understand that some nights it's going to be somebody's night, some nights it's going to be their night, some nights I'm going to have to defer to the other guy. And that's what it's going to have to be. I mean, and they understand that. That's why Paul George knows that coming to Philadelphia. That's why Embiid wanted him there, because he wanted to share responsibility with another guy.